Now to begin. What is at the Tangled Shore? Or why is it important? To quote from C.C. Lagrange's translations of Writings and Observations from the Tangled Shore, a fallen text, the excerpt reads as this.
Don't fool yourself. These rocks and this metal may be lashed together, but they ain't tamed. This far out, the only law is outlaw. The only justice, last rights. So walk careful. Head on a swivel, hand on the hilt, all that. 'Cause that glare you feel is the narrowed eyes of ill intent aimed at your honor, your heart, your head. And know this, your every step is set upon blooded ground, the whole of the shore. This is a wasteland built where a few sought to survive. In the dim light of a lost age, this wild frontier was a fleeting hope turned final resting place. A graveyard at the end of existence. Some say you can still hear the screams, echoes of the lost and damned ringing from just out of sight. Don't believe 'em. That's just the stretching and bending of the supports. Old metal moaning in the celestial breeze, the grinding of scrap and stone, calling out, giving warning. These tethered lands be not safe. This twisted reef be not kind.
The most noticeable characteristic of the Tangled Shore is the kill or be killed mentality. That there is no room for governing bodies or social classes. That it is a wasteland where everyone must survive by any means necessary. You've probably read or watched the pre-Golden Age post-apocalyptic stories. The Hunger Games, Max the Mad, or whatever its name is. Or anything to do with the mythical Old West, like the ancient classic, the good, the bad, and the ugly. You see, the post-apocalypse situation is real, and it's happening to humanity right now. But it hasn't ended in the kill or be killed mentality. The Iron Lords and the Consensus are responsible for that. Now back to the Tangled Shore. It's the epitome of the post-apocalypse stories, where everything is plunged into crime and chaos. However, you could say that the second most noticeable thing about the Tangled Shore is that everyone is part of some form of group, whether it be the Spider Syndicate, the House of Dusk, the Red Legion, the Scorn, or even the Awoken to an extent. For a guardian in the shore, would the last city or the Vanguard count? Maybe, but the Vanguard offers no support for you on your adventures in the reef. You can go around the shore declaring you are a hero of the last city, killer of deities and kings, but that would only make you a very big target. Most guardians allied with the Spider, who offered materials and loot in exchange for their services. If you arrive in the Tangled Shore and find that it is not as dangerous and bad as it is made out to seem, note that it only applies to the Awoken, Fallen, and other races. Guardians, having the privilege of not dying permanently, can stroll around the shore like it's no different from any other place in the system. In saying that, keep your ghost close. With enemies such as Pierre Hart the Rifleman lurking about, the Tangled Shore is almost a death wish for unwary ghosts. I will finish by reading a folded note I found in a small Awoken hideout in Fort Hong Kong. Every inch of ground beyond the city walls is dangerous. 50 not guaranteed. And all of the inches across every world in this dead and dying system, none are harder than every single inch of the Tangled Shore. It is not simply untamed space. It's worse. It's outlawed territory, where the worst of a bad lot come to find their fortune, ply their trade, or run from their sins. No one who has ever walked the shore's broken stone has come back clean. Out here, you've got to break the rules just to get by. Oh, your moral compass? You better hope it's on the fritz, 'cause doing the right thing won't get you killed, unless you're strong enough to do it the wrong way. So walk tall. The locals can sense the meek. Stand firm, backing down where we see you trampled. And aim true. Each miss could be your last. Otherwise, go home. The shore ain't no place for heroes, anyway.